time. It's one of a kind, and it's never coming back around. It's like you're in another place. I can see your mind moving faster than a full-speed freight train. You got so many plates you're spinning, you're afraid to even let one fall. You don't wanna miss a thing, but you're missing what means most of all. You say it's only temporary, you will smell the roses soon. I understand the feeling, there's so much you think you have to do. Remember that your worth isn't measured by the work you've done. The only thing that matters in the end is how much you've loved. So be here now. Be here now. This moment in time is one of a kind, and it's never coming back around. So be here now. Just breathe. Just breathe. Be with me. Just breathe. Just be here now. This moment in time is one of a kind, and it's never coming back around.
Good morning, Celebration Center for Spiritual Living, and welcome to another fabulous Sunday morning. I am so grateful to be here with all of you. My name is Reverend Kris Alexander. I'm the senior minister here at Celebration Center for Spiritual Living for one more day. So this is my final Sunday here with you all, and it is New Year's Eve. Can you believe it? I cannot believe it. I'm pretty sure it's still July 2022 in my brain, but here comes 2024 to us tomorrow. tonight at 12:01. Nice and prompt. Welcome to everybody joining us online, just like I am. We're so grateful that you're joining us here this morning, and we would love for you to say good morning in the chat, check in, let us know how you're doing. How was your holidays? How did you celebrate? Let us know in the chat. And an extra special welcome to you if you are joining us for the very first time this morning. If you are joining us, we would love to get to know you a little bit better. And we can do that in a couple of different ways, or you can tell us about yourself in a couple of different ways. You can scan this QR code that's pulling up right here next to me. You can go to bit.ly/CCSL guest. Or, and this is new, you can go to our website, celebrationcenter.org, and on the top scroll, in the top menu bar, there is a tab called New to CCSL, or you can get there by going to celebrationcenter.org/new to CCSL. That is going to be a whole page of information for you. That guest card is on there for you to fill out, as well as a place where you can subscribe to our mailing list and join the Celebration Center community email group. So lots of great information on there if you're joining us for the very first time. If you would like for us to pray with you, we would love to do that. You can pray with us, or you can send in a prayer request for us to pray with you to pray with us, just pray in general, in a couple of different ways as well. You can go to our website, celebrationcenter.org, and click on the Request Affirmative Prayer button. You can also scan the QR code that is right here next to me. That form is going to be confidential. It goes to our ministers, our practitioners, as well as our ministry of prayer that meets on Monday afternoons to pray for this community, the surrounding communities, and everybody's requests. So we would love to pray along with you. If you are joining us online, that means that you are poised already right over that share button. We would love for you to share us out onto social media. Let everybody in your life know how you are spending the final day of 2023 and invite them to join you as well. And I wanted to let you know, it can sound a little scary, especially if you're new, to hear that the minister's last day is the day that you happen to be coming. But I want to let you know and assure you that there is lots of really cool stuff planned in 2024. So there is a really awesome lineup of guest speakers that will be joining y'all beginning next week. There's going to be fabulous music, of course, with our music director, Lynn Hollyfield. And there's lots of really cool stuff going on still at the center. So we invite you to continue to join us, continue to come, continue to watch online, all of the things. Now, Judy Blaze, who is joining us this morning as our practitioner on platform, is also leaving the center, and we will miss her dearly. This is, if you were here a few weeks ago, you might remember that we said that was going to be her final time as prac on platform. But I asked her if she would be willing to do today as well, and she very generously said yes. And so you get to see Judy one final time here. And also, Judy is going to be leading a visioning circle in the new year, beginning in January. So keep an eye out for more information about that. That will be a fantastic way to spend more time with Judy, which is always a good thing, but also to get a lot more clarity for yourself, for your life, for where you want to head in 2024. And today we have a wonderful service planned for you. I am so excited about today. We are going to be finishing up our conversation on wholeness with a Wholeness Revolution. I think it's a fantastic way to launch into 2024. We also, as I said, have Judy Blaze as our practitioner on platform. And we have a smaller version, small but mighty version of All Angles this morning. We have our music director, Lynn Hollyfield, as well as Joyce Lindell joining her this morning. And of course, as always, thank you to our amazing tech team that makes it possible for me to show up here this morning from Asheville, North Carolina, to be here with you for the service. So let's give everyone who is a part of this community and a part of the service this morning a round of applause. And let's see if I have anything else to tell y'all. I do not. Oh, yes, I do. So also, Lynn Hollyfield, our music director, right? She's pretty amazing, right? I mean, she's like the best ever. So anyways, after the service today, if you just can't get enough of Lynn, music, the holidays, all of those things, Lynn is doing our monthly community sing-along. It is hybrid, so if you're joining us online, we would love to have you join us from home as well. It is at 12:30, so just enough time to grab something to eat, get coffee, whatever it may be, and then either join us back in Height Hall at 12:30 or go to celebrationcenter.org and click on Enter Zoom Events. Lynn has picked out a whole list of really awesome holiday sing-along songs for us this afternoon. So be sure to stick around and stay tuned for that. And with that, I would love to invite Lynn and Joyce in for an opening song.
Okay, thank you very much, Rev Kris. We're going to start with our opening song, The Face of God. So please sing with us. Here we go. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of love. I hold you in my heart. You are my family. You are the face of God. You are the face of love. I hold you in my heart. You are my family. You are the face of God. You are the face of love. I hold you in my heart. You are my family. You are the face of love. You are the face of love. I hold you in my heart. You are my family. You are the face of God.
Good morning. So nice to be here. Let's say our vision together. We are celebrating spirit within and knowing the oneness of humanity. Today's reading comes from Mark Nepo, the Book of Awakening. And it's, it's called In a Burst of Oneness. When wax and wick work best, light and heat are all that's left. Like a candle, our wick of spirit is encased in our humanity. And when our spirit is touched, we light up until all we know melts and changes shape for the burn of our experience. Repeatedly, Our sweat and struggle burns our sense of self and world away so that our divine spark can be released again and again. These moments of spirit lighting up not only rearrange our lives, but they light and warm those who stay near. In such moments, we become one with what we see, and this sudden oneness is what the faithful of all paths have called love. And in the illumination of oneness called love, all that's left is a willingness toward birth, an urge to be touched by something timeless and fresh. All that's left is the want of deep parts in strangers, to relish the waking over being awake, the burning over being burned, the loving over being loved. So let's do our sacred breath together. Let's breathe in and hold and release. Breathe in, hold, and release. Breathe in, hold, and release. Feeling that, excuse me, feeling that sense of oneness as we melt deeply into the center of our being. We know that all of the parts of us that have felt scattered are now being brought together into that complete and total wholeness that we have always been. There is no other but this one life, this one power, this one beautiful, loving energy flowing in and through all of creation as its very essence. Divine love is who we are. Divine love is what everything is. So we cannot be separate. We cannot not be whole. We are already that whichever we would ever desire to be deeply within the center of our being. So I claim and accept for each of us here that as we approach this amazing ending and beginning called New Year, we embrace our wholeness. We embrace every single part of ourselves because all of it is sacred. All of it is God. All of it is peace. All of it is absolute divine love. So knowing that, we approach this new year with a sense of excitement, a sense of knowing that we can step into this beingness of who we are more fully, because we can let go of any sense of separation. We can let go of any sense of lack or limitation, because deeply, deeply grounded we are in the knowing of our wholeness, of our intricate involvement in the entire universe. We are part of this beautiful web of oneness. So I delight in knowing that all of us are feeling and knowing and accepting the abundance that flows in and through all. Knowing we do not create it, we simply find it in our own consciousness. We simply allow it to do what it desires to do, to flow through every aspect of our life. Abundance, radiant health, beautiful creativity, experiences of deep intimate love, experiences of pure, clear, delightful relationships. All of it is awaiting our acceptance. So we open now. We open now to that acceptance of the fullness of our being as we step into a new year, a new turning of the wheel, knowing that we are blessed beyond measure and there is no way that we cannot be all that we are, perfect, whole, and complete. And so in love and gratitude, I open up to this knowing, grateful that all of us are that which we are. And so it is.
This beautiful song, and we're hoping that you'll help us sing this. This song is called Peace State, and it's by Nancy Badette and Nur Felice. And the chorus goes like this. You and I are light in the darkness. Light in the darkness is who we are. You and I are light in the darkness. Light in the darkness is who we are. Hold on, love is on its way. Hold on, just another day. If we let the fire burn high, illuminate our whole life, the love we shine will never die. Here we go. You and I are light in the darkness. Light in the darkness is who we are. You and I are light in the darkness. Light in the darkness is who we are. Freedom isn't far away. Freedom will be the ones to pay. Rise up and sing against hate. Why don't we make a peace state, a sacred bond that'll never break? You and I are light in the darkness. Light in the darkness is who we are. You and I are light in the darkness. Light in the darkness is who we are. It's time to open our eyes and realize we're all human. Essence of love, we're all chosen for this path, this life, this road, the truth spoken. Don't wait, let's make a peace state. Here we go. You and I are light in the darkness. Light in the darkness is who we are. You and I are light in the darkness. Light in the darkness is who we are. You and I are light in the darkness. Light in the darkness is who we are. You and I are light in the darkness. Light in the darkness is who we are. You and I are light in the darkness. Light in the darkness is who we are. You and I are light in the darkness. Light in the darkness is who we are. You and I are light in the darkness. Light in the darkness is who we are. You and I are light in the darkness. Light in the darkness is who we are. Thank you for singing.
Thank you so much, Joyce and Lynn. That was the perfect song for a wholeness revolution and what I'm about to talk about. So thank you so much. And thank you, Judy. I love Mark Nepos so much. And that was a glorious reading right at this time of year that is filled with so many transitions, right? So, a wholeness revolution. Let's talk about this, y'all. So, we've been talking about this idea of wholeness all month, the fact that we are whole. And if you recall, way back like 4 weeks ago, I talked about how I'm more interested in wholeness than I am in oneness because really they're synonyms. And yet, for me, oneness has this idea behind it that we have to show up a certain way to be a part of oneness, which doesn't actually make any sense. And yet, still, I hear it happening a lot, where we have these sort of interesting ideas about what oneness is and isn't, even though it's everything. Anyways, wholeness, which is a synonym of oneness, wholeness invites us to bring all of ourselves to the table. And it invites us to remember that everyone else is invited to bring all of them to the table as well. And so that means that each of us is going to bring our love and our joy and our light and our peace and our brilliance to the table. And it also means that each one of us is invited to bring our grief and our pain and our sadness and our anger and our frustration and our annoyance and our exhaustion and our sickness and all of that stuff to the table as well. Because all of it, the totality of who we are individually, is what makes oneness oneness. So, wholeness is really the necessity of each individual to complete infinity. If any part of you, even that runny nose that you've had for several weeks, or maybe that's just me, or the grief that you feel around the holidays because you've lost somebody you love, all of those parts and pieces, without those parts, infinity wouldn't be infinite because part of it wouldn't exist. And then, like I said a couple weeks ago, we would all just poof. So the fact that we are here means that infinity is infinite, and therefore each and every one of us, every single piece and part, even those parts we wish weren't a part of us or that we try to push into the shadows, all of it is necessary for the infinite to be infinite, for oneness to be oneness. How cool is that? So to me, what that says is we can all just relax a little tiny bit and stop judging ourselves so strongly for the things that we do or are that we don't like, or judging ourselves for making mistakes. Mistakes are part of being human, and part of being human is being God, is part of God. That all of it, the totality of everything, is important for each of us and for the totality of all that is. So, to me, that says take a deep breath. You're going to keep making mistakes. Unfortunately, you're not going to hit a point in your life where all of a sudden you know it all and you're perfect and you're not going to make any more mistakes, right? So just relax, lean in. And the more important piece isn't that we don't make mistakes, but rather that we allow ourselves to learn, to grow, to evolve, and to continue to shape our lives using the mistakes that we make, the good ideas, the bad ideas, the brilliance, the moments of what was I thinking. All of those parts and pieces can inform and direct our evolution, our wholeness, and our unfolding as human beings having a spiritual experience and spiritual beings having a human experience, of which we are both 100% of the time, 100% of the way, in what is a glorious divine paradox. So I feel like at this time of year, we get real hard on ourselves, right? New Year's comes with resolutions and diets and 10 steps to a better you, and download this app and it'll fix all of your problems. And, you know, if you just do these 5 short things every single morning, all of a sudden you'll be a whole different person with a whole different life. And really, I don't know that that's overly helpful. That we have this idea that new beginnings, which is what a new year is, new beginnings is a way for us to all of a sudden reject, deny, and leave behind ourselves and become who we've always wanted to be. But that's not it. That is not what we're here to do. And so I really feel like, especially at this time of year, we need a wholeness revolution. We need a revolution back to remembering our wholeness, remembering the truth of who we are. Because the world, society, social media, marketing, commercials, organizations are all telling us that if we just do something different, we can be different and therefore better. But actually, the reality is what this time of year, the newness of this year invites us into, is to deepen into who we already are, to sink into that juicy wonderfulness that is you or me or the person walking down the street with us. There's no need to become somebody else. You are an integral aspect of the one. And if you weren't here, the one couldn't exist. So at this time, let's stop resolving to be a different person and instead intend to be more ourselves, to dive deeper into who we are, to settle more firmly into the foundation of who and what we are. And so I think, honestly, that that's going to take a wholeness revolution. That is going to take us rising up and saying, no, I'm no longer going to believe that I'm not enough or too much, or that I need to change or be different, or that some of my emotions are bad and some are good, or that my mistakes are the worst thing that I could have ever done. No, I'm no longer going to believe that. And instead, I'm going to step into allowing myself to be the wholeness, the beauty that I already am. And yes, I'm going to continue to evolve and grow and shape and change. And that's part of who I am too. And I'm not doing it because I needed to grow or change or be different. I'm doing it because that's what we inherently do as spiritual human beings. That's what it's all about. It's all about the evolution. So, a revolution, I just want to throw out these definitions. A revolution is a forceful overthrow of a social order or system in favor of a new system. Now, when I first saw that, I was like, oh, forceful overthrow. That feels a little more violent than maybe what we're trying to go for. So then I looked up forcible, and it actually just means vigorous and strong. And yeah, isn't that what we're doing? Isn't that's what needed? That is what is needed to step into our wholeness when the entire world around us is telling us that we're not enough. We get to be strong. We get to stand firm in our foundation. We get to be vigorous and constantly returning to the idea of wholeness, period. Regardless of what the world tells us, regardless of what is happening outside of us, regardless of the mistakes that we've made in the past, regardless of the parts of ourselves that we've tried to hide forever, it actually is going to take a vigorous and strong and forcible overthrow. And overthrow simply means a removal from power, put an end to something. Isn't that what we want to do? We want to remove the power behind those pieces and parts of the world that tell us that we're not enough. We're not trying to get rid of social media or get rid of commercials that tell us that we need to buy that new thing or this new app or this exercise bike or, just go to this gym or eat these foods or buy this cookbook or whatever it is. We don't need to overthrow them. We don't need them to go away. We just need to remove their power from our lives. That's all we get to do. That's all we need to do is remove the power of that and say, no, instead, I'm going to be whole. Instead, I'm going to embrace all of myself. Instead, I'm not going to set resolutions. I'm not going to resolve to be different than what I am. Instead, I'm going to intend to continue to step more fully into myself, more fully into my vision, more fully into who and what I am. So, I've been thinking about this talk for quite some time because it's going to be my final official talk as senior minister here at Celebration Center. And maybe not my talk forever. I'm happy to come back and guest speak sometimes, but for now, this is my final talk. And it's coming with a lot of endings, right? It's coming with a lot of transition for all of us. So, it's the end of 2023. We're transitioning into 2024. It is the end of my time as senior minister there at Celebration Center. And therefore, I'm stepping into something new and different. And so are all of y'all. Y'all are stepping into the next evolution, the next creation, the next step of what Celebration Center is, of what this community is and how it shows up in the world and who's there and all of this. It's a time of great endings and transitions. And so I've been pondering and thinking, and what do I want to talk about? And I was like, you know what? Let's end on love. I think we probably began on love, and love has permeated and been a part of it throughout, but let's end on love. And I think love is the key to this wholeness revolution, right? It's love. It's all about love. As Wayne Dyer says, it doesn't really matter what the question is, the answer is love. And going back to that forcible overthrow, Anne Lamott, who is one of my most favorite writers, and I know one of Janine's most favorite writers as well, she says, even when we are most sure that love can't conquer all, it seems to anyways. Isn't that true? So this revolution, which by the way has the word love in it, it's backwards, but it's still there, right? And I think we get to get creative with our love and the way it shows up to have a revolution, to be completely whole. But even when we are most sure that love can't possibly handle whatever the situation is that's in front of us, somehow it still does. It seems to anyways. And so a couple of weeks ago, I talked a little bit about wholeness and this idea of values, and that we get to learn who we are so that we know how we show up in the world, so that we can step more deeply into that. And the question that I asked was, how do you love? How do you love? So I want to talk about that question a little more, and I'm gonna leave you with a couple of more questions for you to ponder this week. So, how do you love, or how does love show up as you? Because we have these very sort of concrete ideas of what love is, or how it shows up, or what it should look like or shouldn't look like, right? And we think about love in terms of certain relationships or certain instances, but we often forget all of the other millions of little teeny tiny ways that love is being expressed to and from us every moment of every day. So, yes, love is our intimate partnerships, but love is also our friendships. Love is also our spiritual community. Love is also that person that we just can't seem to get enough of. Those platonic, amazing relationships that invite us to be more of who we are. That too is love. And love may sound like saying, I love you, or giving somebody a hug, but it's so much more than that. Love also sounds like, be careful, or did you take your meds today, or call me when you make it home safe and sound, or have you eaten, or how can I support you, or what do you need, or I'm coming over so that I can be with you at this time. It looks like sharing a meal. It looks like cooking for someone, giving somebody a ride, calling someone, sending them a note, asking how someone is doing, noticing the small little things, wishing somebody a happy birthday, laughing together, complimenting someone, listening with your whole intention. All of these things are love. All of these things in a billion, trillion, gazillion, infinite more ways of showing love. And so my question for you is, how do you love? How does love show up as you? And I invite you, you might have some ideas coming to mind in this moment, but I invite you to continue to think about it and to notice all of the little ways that you say, I love you, to all of the people around you. And I invite you to notice if there's something that you do quite often that maybe you haven't noticed as a way that you say, I love you, and it is, or maybe you've never seen it as an expression of love, but it could be. Maybe those how are yous where we just expect a fine from a stranger that we give, maybe instead of that just being a thing that we do, how could we approach that in a way that it is truly an act of love? It is truly us showing up to the world and saying, in my wholeness, I'm going to show up as love for you, stranger, in this moment by asking you, how are you? And meaning it. And then when they respond with whatever they respond with, it's quite likely to be fine, because that is the social contract that we have here. I ask how you are, you say fine, right? So when they answer that, you respond in a way that tells them that you're genuinely listening, that you're genuinely grateful that they are fine, even if that isn't the case. Because maybe in that moment of genuineness, of authenticity, of deep attention and listening, even if the answer is only fine, they have a moment of feeling, oh, I was really loved in that moment. It doesn't have to be a big thing. The other person doesn't even have to notice. Maybe they won't. Maybe they'll be like, okay, that was weird, weirdo, right? And they'll go on with their day. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because the answer is always love. So maybe they get it, maybe they don't, but we know that we are showing up as love in every single moment, every single action. So every single interaction that we have becomes a givingness of our own wholeness to the other. I'm going to say that again. Every interaction that we have is a givingness of our wholeness to the other. That is what I want us to take into 2024. I want our love to be a activity, a practice, a verb. It's not something that we just say or think about. No, it's something that we do into the world. And what's so beautiful about the fact that each and every one of us is an individualized expression of God, spirit, divine, wholeness, oneness, whatever word you want to use, is that each of us showing up and giving our wholeness as love is going to look different. every one of us is going to love in a different way. And every single way that we love, every single action of love is necessary for the infinite to remain the infinite that it is. All of them, every single action, the fines, the how are yous, the hugs, the awkward interactions with someone where they leave thinking we're weird, all of it is the infinite informing, directing, evolving, and becoming more infinite, which isn't even possible because it's already infinite, and yet it is because we're ever evolving. And we need to go back to the month of October where we talked about paradoxes, right? Because it is a paradox. It's a paradox that we are whole, perfect, and complete, and imperfect, messy, and ever evolving, growing, shifting, and changing. Both of those things are simultaneously true. How does that work? We don't know. We just know that it's true. And so our answer to that question of how does that work, that's a paradox, is love, because every answer is love. And so Jill Goldsmith, who is one of my favorite of the old-timey metaphysicians, Joel Goldsmith says, let us resolve loving our neighbor into a spiritual activity, beholding love as the substance of all that is, no matter what the form may be. So if you are just hell-bent on setting some resolutions, why don't you resolve to loving your neighbor as a spiritual activity? Or why don't you resolve to learn more about who you are, or resolve to dive deeper into your gloriousness that you of who you be, or intends to just be love. So as we wrap up and go our separate ways, although I'm sure we will meet again, I want to just leave you with some questions for you to think about as you go into 2024. And hopefully, and I'm asking myself these same questions as well, hopefully together we're bringing a little more love into the world. And so my question for you, or my questions, and Ivor, if you don't mind dropping these in the chat, I would greatly appreciate it. My questions for you are, how does love show up as you? What are your favorite ways to love? How are you going to stop limiting your love? And how are you going to give your wholeness to the world in 2024? How are you going to give your wholeness to the world in 2024? Because the reality is if you are here on the planet, which you are, if you are here on the planet, your wholeness, your who you are, is necessary for the planet at this time. You have something to give. You have something to offer. And I believe that that's something that you have to give is love. And all you have to do is figure out how you would like to express that love, and then go do it. The answer is love. So now figure out what love means to you, and then go be that answer into the world. Happy New Year's, everyone, and I love you all so much.
Right. So thank you, Reverend Kris. We're going to sing a song of gratitude to you. And I need everyone's help on this. So in the bold, that's your part, and any other place you'd like to sing. Here we go. Didn't need to love us like you did, but you did, but you did. And we thank you. You didn't need to love us like you did, but you did, but you did. And we thank you. If you took your love somewhere else, we wouldn't know what it is to be loved so much. You made us feel like we never felt. So we're singing this song and taking time to tell you you didn't need to love us like you did, but you did, but you did. And we thank you. We didn't need to help you, but you did, but you did, but you did. And we thank you. Every day was something new. You shared your faith and saw us through. You got us trying new things too, so we can do the very best that we can do now. You didn't need to love us like you did, but you did, but you did. And we thank you. You didn't need to help us like you did, but you did, but you did. And we thank you. We thank you. We thank you. Yay, Reverend Kris.
Oh, thank you. I don't even know what to say. Oh, thank you all. I do love you so, so much.
So now it's the time to share our gifts. And remember that everything that we share is love. So let's do our offertory affirmation together. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I receive. I simply receive, because it's here everywhere, around me, through me, as me, this abundant life. And I just open to receive it now. And know that as I receive it, it also moves out from me, moves through me, and blesses all of those in whom I simply allow to be the recipient of that love that I am. Because as I love, I am loved. So as we give these gifts for this beautiful center, this beautiful community, we know that not only are we expanded in our abundance, but we are giving to so many as it passes through this center and allows the center to do its work. So in love and gratitude, I know that each of us are ready to be that abundance this year on all levels, levels of grace, of peace, prosperity, and yes, of love. And so joyously, we simply allow that to be in our lives as we move forward. Love and gratitude. And so it is.
Thank you, Judy. We're going to finish with a closing song. Please join us in singing Holy, Holy Way by Ricky Byers.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Love, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me know that love is all around. Let me know that love is all around. Oh, let me know that love is all around. Let me know that love is all around. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me walk each day a little wiser. Let me walk each day a little wiser. Oh, let me know that love can heal us all. Let me know that love can heal us all. Oh, let me know that love can heal us all. Let me know that love can heal us all. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me share the good that's overflowing. Let me share the good that's overflowing. Oh, let me care for those around the world. Let me care for those around the world. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me share the good that's overflowing. Yeah, let me share the good that's overflowing. Oh, let my steps reveal a path of peace. Let my steps reveal a path of peace. Oh, let me talk each day a little kinder. Let me talk each day a little kinder. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, thank you all so much for that song. That was the best. Thank you. I could hear you all singing there at Height Hall and probably from home as well. And as a reminder, there is sing along today at 12:30. So you have just a few extra minutes, about 35 minutes, and then join us either there in Height Hall or by going to celebrationcenter.org and clicking on enter Zoom events. And Happy New Year, happy 2024. And I invite everyone to repeat after me one final time. I am whole and complete. Every aspect of me is valuable and important. I embrace all of me with love. I am a unique expression of life. I am God in action. And so it is.